What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tactix, and this is another edition of Real Talk Gurus, where you email us real questions and we give you real talk from a male point of view. This next question comes from our homegirl Nicole, who wrote in this question a while back. So we've decided not to bother making a skit to it because she needs this advice very quickly. And she writes, "Yo, Tactix and RTG. Need the RTG advice on this. I know this dude and we're good friends. Well, actually, he's a second year at my uni and he teaches me breakdancing. But anyways, I told him that I liked him and some times ago, and he was speechless, and I mean really like him, and it's been a while and he hasn't said anything, probably because he's shy or doesn't know what to say. Though we have these moments and stares that are giving me mixed signals. Anyways, met some of his family recently, and one of his cousins slipped out that he does like me, but it's just he's shy. Then I spoke to his other cousin, and he says that what his brother said about his cousin was true, and that he does like you. Though I don't know what to do. I mean, shall I wait till he says something? Also, is it wise for me to wait for something that may not even happen? Even though everyone is saying mixed things, like he's in a committed relationship against he's not a good guy and all this, though it's personal preference and not everyone has seen the things I have. And can you ever truly move on though still bury your feelings for someone? Need help, RTGs." If there are rumors or anything like that circulating around pertaining to this particular guy, then it definitely requires a little bit of research. You know, you don't want to go spying on the dude, but at the same time, you know, you kind of have to be careful when you're getting into relationships in university. Especially with guys, you know, like guys sometimes they have a tendency of, you know, just, you know, the hit it and quit it mentality where they're not looking for anything serious. They just want to get in and get out. And, you know, there's some guys who will tell you that up front, you know what I mean, who will be real with you and be like, listen, I'm not looking for a relationship. I kind of just need to get my nut on every now and then, you know, and if you're with that, you're with that. If not, then keep it moving. And then there are other guys who kind of just bury that shit under the rug and are kind of just mellow about it, and like they're all discreet, and they'll play the relationship role with you until they can get up in your panties, soil them up, and then never call you again. You know what I mean? So it's shit like that that you have to really be careful for, you know. And so this is why I would advise you to take a little bit more time and try to figure this guy out and see what happens, you know. And don't be afraid to be a little direct too, you know. I mean, I know like a lot of women, they kind of try to leave it up to the guy because they try to treat it as every situation in the traditional sense where a guy has to initiate everything. And while that is true, and while some guys still value the fact that they have to be the ones that initiate everything, I mean, as long as you're not coming on too strong, it's okay to throw yourself out there a little bit and, you know, make it evident that, you know, you're into this guy and you like him and everything. You know, you don't have to be afraid to be, you know, open about your feelings and stuff. Just don't come on too strong. Like some girls kind of get that confused. They get that misconstrued. They think that, oh yeah, like if I'm direct, if I'm, you know, all this, then, you know, a guy will be into me if I just lay my cards on the table. And that's kind of what scares guys off because, you know, guys are used to working at a certain kind of pace, you know what I mean? And sometimes we like to prolong a lot of stuff, and, you know, and I can understand where girls would get frustrated, but sometimes you gotta respect the pacing, unless it's to the point where you guys are going on like a couple months now and like you haven't put a label on anything, or not, everything is like undetermined. Then that's when you have to kind of like put your foot down and hit them with the ultimatum. Be like, we need to make a decision now. Where's this going? I don't got time to waste. Shit like that, you know. Just don't come on too strong. I would never want to wait for somebody, you know, that wasn't really like giving me any reassurance in terms of where our future together would be. You know what I mean? Especially in university and college and stuff. You know, when you're surrounded by an abundance of people who are for the most part single and ready to mingle, and, you know, ready for you to tear that ass up, or the other way around, considering you're a female. So Nicole's next question, or questions, she's got a bunch here. Hi RTG's, got a question for you. Even though guys seem to like slim girls, not every woman can be picture perfect. So do you guys like girls with imperfections, or do you always want a girl with a slim waist and no love handles or thick legs or dimples in her butt? I could go on. Do you want a real woman that is secure though needs a man to reassure her once in a while, or a woman that every dude would want to go for? And sure, she may be nice to you, but then again, she may be nice to others also. I mean, everyone has their own preferences. So, I mean, it's not really a matter of, oh, do all guys want this or do all guys want that, you know? I know some guys who don't mind really thick women, like really big women, you know what I mean? Believe it or not. And then there are guys who want the really, really slim chicks, you know, that have no ass, you know, this the flat back, you know. And then there's the guys who like the thick, curvy type of chicks, you know, like the fucking Vita Guerreras and the Melissa Fords and all that shit, you know what I mean? I'm speaking on behalf of myself. It's all subjective. I mean, everyone wants a little bit of everything. Like, you know, it's not, like, you can't really generalize that question and be like, all guys want this. Like the saying goes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And what that means basically is, you know, what may be beautiful to me might not be beautiful to you or to that person or to that person. I like all kinds of girls, you know, but primarily I like them to be thick with a nice ass, you know what I mean? That's just my thing, you know, and so, you know, like we all have different preferences. We all have things that we like. It's kind of like women and penis size, you know, but like you'll hear some girls say, oh yeah, size doesn't matter, and then you'll see another set of girls that say size does matter, you know what I mean? And you know, like both statements are correct, you know, because for some girls who have smaller vaginas, you know, don't want a huge penis to be tearing them out and, you know, giving them vaginal bruising, you know. And then there are other girls who have like very wide, you know, extra room in their vaginal canal, you know, who need that extra girth to fill them up, kind of thing, you know what I mean? So your next question is it okay to be nearly 21 and still be a virgin even though you can be a subtle freak when you want to be, or is it right to be sleeping around with as many people as possible? Let all the real women of today and myself know. Thanks, Nicole. Well, Nicole, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin when you're 21, especially if you're female. I think a lot of I think guys get more flack for being virgins than women do. Simply because with guys it's usually a matter of like their quota, like how many girls have they banged in you know in their lifetime, kind of thing, you know what I mean? There's a lot more pressure on a guy than as opposed to a woman, because there's always that double standard saying that, like, you know, if a girl sleeps around too much then she's considered a slut, whereas if a guy sleeps around then he's considered a king, you know, kind of thing, that kind of shit. So in terms of women, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It depends on your reason, you know. Like if your moral beliefs are that you're one of those girls who want to wait until you meet the right guy, or wait until you're married or something like that, then there's nothing wrong with that. Those are your moral beliefs, and no one can really question or criticize you for that. You know what I mean? If it's just a matter of like, oh yeah, like I just don't feel like giving up ass, kind of thing. You know, it's just me. You know, like then it's you're entitled to that kind of opinion, and you don't have to justify it to anybody. But at the same time, it's like, well, what are you doing? I'm not really a fan of casual sex and stuff. I don't go around sleeping around and being all promiscuous and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't advise that, because there's like so many diseases and shit like that that you can get, especially you being a female. Like, you know, there's HPV, which you don't even have to, like, you can still get that shit when you're wearing a rubber, you know. So you really got to be careful of those kind of situations, you know. So if that's the case, then don't be embarrassed, man. I mean, it's whatever. Sex really is overrated, and it's like it's not that big of a deal. It's just, I mean, like I said, it depends on your morals. You know, if you have strong morals that you want to remain intact, then stay true to your morals and stay true to your belief, and wait for that right guy to fill you up, you know. And you know, but if it's like you're just like, whatever, I don't want to just do it, and you have no logical explanation for why you're a virgin, then seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Get up on that. But yeah, I mean, don't feel no ways about it. Don't go holding yourself around. Wait for that right dude, you know. Regardless, always wait for the right moment, because your first time is like very special. It's very, very special. It's the most memorable experience. Because you're never gonna remember the fifth time or like the 10th time you had sex. You're always gonna remember down to the T the first time you ever lost your virginity, and because you're gonna remember whether it was special or just another fuck. You know what I mean? And you always want it to be special, as soft as that sounds. You know what I mean? You want it to be memorable, and a good memory. You know, so that's what I would say to you. I hope that answered your question, Nicole. I'm sorry the other guys couldn't be here to give more insight on that. Renegade is actually on his way to the Bahamas. He'll be there in 3 hours. And Iceman has work early in the morning. It's my day off tomorrow, so I'm good. But yeah, hopefully this was insightful. And I tried to explain the best I could. And sorry for the long wait. I apologize. And for anyone else who's waiting for more questions to be answered, again, I really apologize. It's really hard to keep track of all these things. So a simple request would be that if you have any real talk questions that need answering, please try to email us the question at this link, ask@realtalkgurus.com, as opposed to writing me an inbox message on my YouTube channel, because if you send it to this link, then all of the questions just get sent there, as opposed to me having to check the inbox message and then check my email, and I'm just getting a whole flood of emails from all over, so I need them to just go to one designated place. So try to send them there if you can. And yeah, keep writing in, keep rating, keep subscribing. And I'm your boy Tactix. This is Real Talk Gurus. We out.